You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW-LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC-LP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the podcast of my show. Remember, you can join me live every weekday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio, on Conroe's FM 106.1 and 104.5, and globally on irlonestar.com. If you're a big fan of my podcast, subscribe to my YouTube and SoundCloud channels, and you're always invited to my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. The Cindy Cochran Show is brought to you by our title sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group. Call today for all your financial concerns, 936-449-5952. Yeah, sing along. Yeah, here we go.
You think that would be death metal? What kind of music is this to you?
The Cindy Cochran Show.
Yes, I know. It's so funny when they hear this and then they hear what I talk about. They go like, that does not match at all. I should be, no. It is the Cindy Cochran Show, real reality radio. It's the Fitbit for your ear. It is, yeah, I think that's enough. Hey, it is Thursday. That means it's Friday's Eve, and we are so excited because the movie industry has just brought a whole new life to Thursdays because they've started doing, they call it previews of the new movies that start on Friday on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. And if you want to miss all the teenagers, then you go on Thursday night and then you can sit with the older people that that will be watching the movie. I don't know if that's true, but I love it. I love that they do the Thursday night thing. Now, there are times and there are certain movies that I think people love to interact and hear the munch of the popcorn from everybody around them and all that, that kind of movie. But there's another movies that I want to feel like I'm the only one in the room. And so I'll go sit on the very front row, not the one where you strain your neck, but just go down to the very front and pretend there's nobody else in the room. And I can do that because I'm Cindy Cochran. And listen, we've got the perfect guest for a perfect segue from my opening statement is Christopher Appel. Do you pronounce it Appel?
Yes, but you can call me whatever you'd like.
Oh.
As long as I know it's me, it doesn't matter.
No, I've talked to your employees, and I would never do that. I just wouldn't call you some of the things they call. No.
Yeah, right.
They love you. They love you, Christopher. But do you like to go by Christopher or Chris?
I like to go by Chris.
Okay, because you look like a Chris. I think that's great. Christopher, when you were 2 years old, and I think you probably had those same good, young kid looks. You've got that same look, and you have this beard now so that you can look like you're older than everybody else. So, but
it's not on purpose. The gray's been coming in way faster than I would like.
Oh, you don't purposely color your hair gray?
No.
Like I do? Oh, yeah. That's I understand that. No, you've got a great group of people, and I know that's it's probably difficult to keep such young people because you do hire a lot of young people, and this is a good summer job for them. And they get to see the movies for free. Is that correct? They get to see the movies for free?
They do. That's part of the great deal at working at the movies.
That's right. And they know how to use that sweeper. I want the ones that y'all have. Every time I go to the store and buy one of those things that you sweep it into, they immediately warp or something, and it doesn't pick up everything. And I watch you guys, and I watch how y'all sweep. In fact, I learned how to sweep on a sweeper because of the people that work at the theater. You don't just take the first brush. You pull the
So you
sweeper
stalk
back.
them?
Yes, I learned a lot in the movies, and this is one thing that I'm just observing while I'm eating my butter popcorn. I'm observing how they're doing this, and I know that when I go to get butter, and people feel like it's a career for me because I stand there so long in getting the butter all in there, but I do spill some popcorn sometimes because y'all like to fill it to the brim, which is great, and then I spill it on the way. You can trail me where I go. And your guys come along behind me and sweep. But I watched how they sweep, and they'd sweep in once. They'd pull it back again. I'm 60 years old, and I was, I didn't know that's how you use the sweeper.
Well, you know, the movie industry has come so far over the past 50 years, and broom technology and dustpan technology is one of the innovative things that we've been able to bring to the general public. So
I'm telling you, it is remarkable. But I thought, this is so stupid that I had to wait this long to figure out how you actually use the broom and that sweeper. But I think that your guys are so sweet, and you'll ask them like, can I have some extra popcorn salt? Would that be okay? And they go, oh yes, ma'am. You know, and they get it for me. I went, but could I have just a little bit more? Because I like it. Yes, ma'am. And nobody has ever said you've had just about enough. That's enough. It's like
cut you off on the salt.
In fact, when I go to restaurants, I wish that they would do like they do at bars, and they come over and say, "You've had just about enough, Miss Cochran, and we're not going to serve you anymore." And so I think that in the movies, you know, especially in the movie theater, I am there all the time. And Chris, I've got to tell you this, that I have requested that after I'm cremated, if they could get a movie theater to allow me to sit my ashes in one of the seats with a little, you know, one of those little ropes around it, that would just be perfect. I don't want them scattered. I want them to sit right there because they'd sweep it up. They'd sweep my ashes up, I'm sure. And so if they could just keep it in the urn and in that seat. So I'm trying to find, you know, so you might discuss that in your next y'all's next manager.
Yeah, we can
meeting.
bring it up. Little bit of extra revenue there we could get in for us.
Exactly. You rent. It's like a mausoleum. You just rent that space, and it'll be wonderful. So, I know you weren't expecting to get asked that question today, but I know you've been here on the Ticket Stub.
Mm-hmm.
The Ticket Stub is a program that's on Thursdays, and it's on today.
He's a stubby.
Yeah, and
Yes.
he survived it. He has one of those T-shirts. Yes, and I wanted him to come on a real radio show, but I was so shocked. Richard doesn't know this. The glass there in the little speaking thing. Did you speak to the people that are inside the ticket booth? On the inside of the show, you lean down and you go, excuse me, and he comes over and I said, can I please use your telephone? And because I had a flat out there and my husband has to come pick me up. And he said, sure. And then he says, I love your show. And I went, or I've heard your show. I think you said I heard your show, but my filter was, I love your show. And I said, you've heard my show? And he goes, oh yeah, I've heard your show. I went, are you the one that went on the Ticket Stub? And he said, yes. And I said, well, you were supposed to have been mine. You were in my territory, and it was not appropriate
Very possessive.
for them to,
Sorry.
to take you from me.
Cindy's known as the low hanging fruit, or the
What?
dog, the scrap dog for all the guests.
I
So.
see.
I like to audition them on these other shows before I have them on my show, so I can vet them that way. No, but I appreciate you coming on the show, and it just thrilled me that you had heard my show. I kept saying, "Are you sure it didn't? Are you thinking the marketing, or the Hanging with the Haters show, or
The
are you
mud
thinking
wrestling,
of-
the mud wrestling show.
Yeah, that show. Are you trying to think? Shut up. I'm trying to get the clip from Tommy Boy where he
Mhm.
says, "Shut up, Richard."
Yeah.
If you can help me with that, let me know. But
Well, I could prove to you that I was listening. I was listening yesterday.
you
So
heard.
I was, and that's unfortunate for you because I did hear the cheeseburgers and spaghetti deal.
No,
I told you. We actually talked about people bringing food
Yeah.
in.
Jake said, they asked him about that. And so I said, everybody here better not say a word. I'll kill you if you say anything to him about that. That was the only reason I didn't have you on earlier, but I should have known. No, that's all fake news. I just wanted you to know that that's just
Right.
That'd be great if he puts a poster up
No.
of your face.
Yeah,
no.
Check
we've
her
actually
bag.
we've hired a dog that. Well,
Well, that dog's gonna get diabetes every time she gets the amount of food she brings in, the sweets.
Shut up, Richard.
I'll put insulin shots for the dog in the budget next year. We'll have to do that.
No, it was sad. And they start, I'd bring the grandchildren in. They start patting me down. Wait, what? What are you doing? We've heard about you. No, we're gonna, open up your purse. I remember when, and you're probably too young to remember this, but when the movie came out about, it was supposed to be a religious movie, but it was, and I can't think of the name of it, but William Dafoe was in it, and it came out. It was very controversial because it had Jesus marrying Mary, or there was
Oh, the
one-
Last Temptation
the
of Christ.
Last Temptation of Christ. That was it. And so when you went in, they were opening up everybody's purse and all that, checking the purses like it was a bomb thing. But they were afraid that because some people had thrown stuff at the screen, they were in protests and all. And so imagine me going in there, and I went, they're checking the purses. Oh no, this is terrible. I can't go in. No, but once in a while, I mean, just out of being able to afford to get in the show, sometimes that happens. And if you catch someone doing that, that was going to be my question. If you ever caught someone in the show and they were eating something that was not being sold there, what would happen to them?
3 years in the making, right here.
I see. Well, there's signs posted about no outside food or drink before you get into the theater, and then we have a sign on the podium where the tickets are torn, and the usher is supposed to let everybody know if we visibly see it. And I'm going to
Yes.
get in trouble. I can see that I'm going to get in trouble right now.
No, I think I'm going to get in trouble, not
Yeah.
you. What?
I'm trying not to give anybody an out with this, but
Right, that's right.
yeah, I mean, we would just probably politely, ask them or just remind them of the policy.
Oh, remind them of the, see, that's
Yeah.
so sweet. Because that would be enough embarrassment instead of saying, give me the food, give me everything you got.
Because really, I would say you only kick people out if it's a disturbance to the audience, right?
Generally, yeah.
Like that's when you
Yeah.
actually say, "Hey, you're out of here, man," because you're, snoring.
I mean, it's that. Yeah, we don't go like, "There's too many cheeseburgers right there. You got to get out." Yes.
No, I got to tell you, my background history with movie theaters is that my grandfather had the first talkie on Broadway in downtown, not downtown Houston, but in the east side of Houston, where they built the Broadway. He had the first talkie show in Texas. I think it was in Texas that he had that, and he was with Lowe's Incorporated. I don't know if you know those.
Yeah.
I see those are.
Yeah.
But they had kind of a real hold on, everything that's going on. The managers at that time, your position was very, just amazing, very powerful. And when we get back, I'm going to talk about all the power that you did have back in the day. You weren't even
That I
born
don't
yet.
have now.
You have power, but this is power that you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't even come to the show because you would have so much power. Okay, we'll be right back talking to Christopher Appel, General Manager of the Grand Theater, and we're so excited to have him. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
Every week I get asked the same two questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these two questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a one-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-5952. That's 936-449-5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. And boy, I can't hear anything. It's so loud. Why is it so loud?
Well, you control your headset, right? So
Yeah, but
it might not be how loud it is
I had it
for
at
the
a
listener.
I had it at a perfect hit. I mean, I had perfect balance. And then all of a sudden, you're jacking with it. Yes, you are. I know you are. So mean.
Cindy Cochran Show
Yeah.
on YouTube, Google Play, and iTunes.
That's
Subscribe
right.
today.
and see exactly what's happening. The look on my face, the look on Chris's face as this unprofessional engineer is over here. No, we love Richard. If it wasn't for Richard, we wouldn't be here. And also for the Wooten Financial Group. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. And I thank you for the bravery that you have, Wooten Financial Group. Oh, no, you're not going to listen to those people who say, you're sponsoring who? No, you don't listen to that. You are a great sponsor, and we love you. Okay, so I was talking to Christopher Appel, and he is the general manager over at the Grand Theater here in Conroe. You're considered Conroe or Willis over there?
Conroe.
Conroe, okay. I thought you were Irish. It was so funny because it only takes me like 3 minutes to get to your show, and I'm coming from Willis, and I'm like, well, maybe the speed I'm driving, maybe that's it. But I'm always so thankful for the trailers. Thank you for having trailers because that makes me able to usually get to the show and see it on time. But it's funny. It seems like the trailers it gets longer, but it's about 10 minutes, right?
It's right around 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank
Believe
you
it or not,
so
I think
much.
we're one of the shorter theater chains as far as trailers go. I think there's some other ones that have 22 minutes.
Yeah, there was a
Really?
there was a petition online. I think it was change.org for like real serious petitions, but someone said they should do the actual start time on tickets at movie theaters. They should do the entry time and then the start time of the movie.
No, it's a grace period. That's what it is, and I love it. Thank you so much for that. But to get everybody in there so that they have time to get their refreshments and all that. And so I was telling Chris that back in the day, because I'm a little older than Chris, and I remember when I paid my first quarter for the movie theater because my grandmother and grandfather both managed theaters in and around Houston, and so I got to go to a lot of fun, fun Saturdays and just walk past all the crowd, and I thought I was something because I could do all that, and it was exciting. And so nowadays, so it's changed, and the prices has changed, but I'm not going to get into that because I'm so glad y'all are there. And I want to tell you what power you had back in the day. If you'd have been born back in the 40s, this is what you would have been able to do. The stars of the movies that were coming to your theater or were potentially coming to your theater would woo you, and they would contact you, and they would send you telegrams saying congratulations that you're the manager, and hope you look at my next show, and they'd come by the theaters and shake your hand and all that. So you had a lot of power. The industry gave you a lot of power and discernment for who would, certain movies, because you knew your audience better than anybody else did. So you thought this would bring people in, or this would keep people away, or whatever. So there was a lot riding on what you said at that time. And now, now I think it's really a corporate deal, and you're going to get this and you're going to get that and whatever movies that you feel like are potentially going to draw the most comes from your corporate office. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you have any input in saying, I think we need to go ahead and pull this movie because it's not doing well, or it's really not resonating with the people here?
Not on pulling a film, but occasionally on getting films, like sometimes Spanish film, which would plays really well in this area. Sometimes we'll lobby to get a little bit more of those, and sometimes they say yes, and sometimes they say no. But it all depends on what can fit into the schedule.
Right. Well, that's what I didn't know if you had meetings with them, or y'all did conference calls and stuff like that said that we're really bombing with this one, and if you want to save some money, let's take it out and put this show in.
The corporate office has their own film department, where they have those guys that make all those big time decisions like that. We're not really consulted generally with that.
So are they reading the just ticket sales, and then they know, okay, this is slowing down,
sales,
and that's what they're looking at. See, I guess it's not, you don't have to get on the phone and talk to anybody anymore because it's all, you're all instantly connected to each other. The other thing is that Carly Crimmon, who was on the show right before us, and you got to see her, meet her, she's visually impaired, and she was wondering about, do you have discussions? Do you have any, thoughts of putting in audio description where they can put on a headset, listen to it? It's not being audio descripted to the hearing people, but
We do have that actually.
you have that.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Carly's going, you do. Yeah, she said it's not the one for the hearing impaired, is it?
No, it's actually got two settings on it, where it's just the audio of the film, or it also has the descriptive audio where it tells you everything that's going on. You know, he walks to the door. He walks to the door.
Carly's over there going, thank you. Now she's going to learn how to walk to the theater. She's gonna Uber herself to that theater. Yeah,
It's
you
pretty
see,
neat.
Uber has been great for the visually impaired, and made them much more independent, and so it's very cool. And to know that there's a theater this close, well, we thank you. I really thank you. That's great. And whenever y'all are ready to have one interpreted for the hearing impaired, let me know. I'll be there for you on stage, and I won't charge you a thing, not a thing.
Well, that's good.
As long as I can bring in my spaghetti and my cheeseburger. No, I will be there to help. No, but I think that's wonderful, and I think be sure and tell your guys thank you, and we applaud them over this radio station. So, okay, now if you have a movie coming in, and you know that this one it's got enough hype and all that good coming in, that you have to put more people on, or is that a lot of stuff that you have to do, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much 100%.
So you're having to study what you think is the buzz around a movie to know whether it's going to be hot or not.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have days now that it's summer and the kids are all out, does that kind of disperse the one night where everybody comes? Do you have traffic coming in more every day?
Well, I mean, during the week time, it's a lot more kid heavy, so we'll have a lot more staff than we would during the school year during the week. So we have that, but generally the Friday night, Saturday, they're generally all the same.
They are. So when you have people come out to you, this is great. When you have people come out and complain about something that's going on in the theater, does that go directly to you, or do you empower the ushers to be able to? They're still called ushers, right?
They are.
Okay, ushers to take care of it.
Generally, it depends on what it is. If it's someone that's being disruptive and making noise, we'll have the ushers go and tell them, hey, just to make you aware that you're being a little loud for the crowd. But if it's anything beyond that, the managers will deal with it.
Okay, and then you do have officers on the floor.
We do.
Yeah, it is great. I saw one of the officers carrying. I think it was like carrying something for maybe someone that needed help because they had so much stuff to carry into the show, and he was helping. We've got the sweetest, most wonderful officers in the police department around here. So it's really cute. But you guys, I remember one time I had to go in, and I could not come back out and get the hot dog I had ordered. And they said, well, what show are you in? And they came and brought it to me because I had grandchildren. I couldn't leave them at that time. And so I thought that was so nice, so sweet. So you guys are, you should be getting good chat from, and people decide that they're going to say something nice about you. You may find that a lot of people just like to say anything bad. But I would always come to you, Christopher. I want you to know I would always come
appreciate that.
And say whether they've been good or sweet or what, or very helpful. I think one time I went and the butter didn't taste like it was fresh or something, or the butter, and they said, well, let me taste it. So it wasn't you, it was the guy with the black hair. I don't know his name. Anyway, he was so sweet. And I offered him to take some of my popcorn. He says, let me try that. So he went and got some other popcorn and tried the butter, and he goes, okay, let me talk to someone and see when that was changed. And because it tastes okay to me. And I said, oh, it does? Well, maybe I said, I'm an expert in this, and I've been doing this for 68 years, so I think I know. And he goes, well, let me check with the guy. And the guy said, I just changed it. So he just changed it right before he tasted it, because he said, I don't know, I'm going to tell this lady because this tastes good. So anyway, when I tasted it, I said, that's fine, that's great. And they were everybody was trying to help and do what they're supposed to do. They didn't say, look, it's just butter flavored, so just deal with it and take it and be happy with it. But nobody uses more butter than I do in that place. And if you charged extra for the butter, I don't know if I could afford to come there at all. But it is, but it's good. I mean, it is good. I never thought I'd get used to whenever they took the real butter away. Do you remember real butter at at the theater? You're too.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 15 years, and I think
Yeah.
it's pretty much all been the same.
See, you're right. It has been, and I thought maybe I don't know if you hear from old timers going, well, I remember when they had real butter. It was really good. This stuff sucks. No, but when everybody's gotten used to this now. But I remember when they first changed it, I was just devastated because that was a lot of the reason that I went is for the butter popcorn. Because sometimes the movies weren't great, but I don't care. The popcorn could make up for it for me. And when I found out that they had taken it away, I started going to Landry's and saying, would you mind? I just want to buy some drawn butter. And they go, okay, we usually don't sell just the butter, but here. And so I take it, and it looked like a urine specimen. I bring this into the show and go in there and try and get and put real butter on the popcorn. But I've gotten used to the other now. I've slowly oriented myself to this is going to be it, and so I'm a big fan of that. And then y'all pop your popcorn on a really good regular basis. You don't sit it up in the front of the you just have on a shelf or something. They stacked the popcorn, and it's like cold, and it's not. But that's not what y'all do. Y'all have good.
No, we're
popcorn.
100% fresh from the beginning of the day. We pop it fresh
Right.
every day. There's other theater chains. I'm not gonna say who it is.
Good
but
boy. Yes.
They'll carry their popcorn over from the previous day. We've just never felt that was a good thing to do.
My word, I just can't believe that. And they would hate to have someone like me come in there because I'd have to tell them about it, Christopher. I feel like it's my duty to go in there and tell you. And whenever the theater seems like the air conditioner's not kicking on all of them, I think that's my duty to come out and tell. Don't you think it's okay for me to do that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
I mean, we want to. I think what's missing nowadays, and especially in, I guess, movie theaters, is that personal service that used to be there, years
Yes.
ago, and I think it's kind of gone away, and everything's gotten very corporate in a lot of the places, and so we try to do that. We try to bring back the personal service whenever we can.
Well, I think you do, and I think that when you tell someone, it's so cute. They'll walk into the theater and they go, "It feels okay right here to me. You don't feel like it's." I said, "No, it's not here. Come here." And I bring up to the line where I said, "I think something's wrong with it," and they go like, "Oh, it is. It is. Okay, I'll check. I'll go find out." And a lot of times people will sit there. I just can't believe how long people will sit there if the movie hadn't started yet and it should have started, or it stops. If it stops, and everybody knows things like that happen, but if it stops and everybody sits there, and I know because they don't do this anymore. They used to have a guy up there sitting there watching the movie
Right.
because he was having to change the reels and stuff.
Mhm.
And now it's all automated. So, and if that stops, somebody's got to go say, you know what, we just stopped in mid-sentence and I think something's wrong here, and they'll be fine. But a lot of people just won't. They're waiting for somebody else to get up and go do it. And so I feel it's my obligation.
Well, we
Christopher.
generally try to keep up with that. I mean,
Yeah.
all the movies are monitored throughout the show for that specific reason, and we have someone walking around to see if they've started. So most of the time we should be pretty good about doing that, but every now and then,
Oh yeah, well that's what I mean.
it's difficult.
Well, when it's all being done the way it's done, a lot of times you can't. I mean, you can't help something drops it drops the signal or drops the being able to do it. Now, that's what I'd like to get into the technical part of it, behind the scenes, behind those the flickering light. What happens? We'll be right back with Christopher Appel, who was the general manager of the Grand Theater in Conroe, Texas. Don't go away.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station, to the Cindy Cochran Show. Hope you're enjoying it. It is the bottom of the hour, so we're going to do some weather and traffic for the Montgomery County area. It's 85 degrees outside. Today will be mostly sunny with a high near 94, with the heat index values as high as 104, folks. So it's going to get really hot today. South winds around 5 miles an hour. Later tonight will be partly cloudy with a low around 75 with winds up to 10 miles an hour. That's tonight. Traffic conditions in the Montgomery County area. If you're heading north towards the Grand Theater, you're looking okay. It's clean traffic all the way from the studio and actually from the Woodlands. Highway 59 here in Montgomery County is looking good too. East to west. The only thing I'm really seeing is nothing actually. Everything's cleared up. There's not an accident or incident in the Woodlands over to the east side of county, over by New Caney or Patton Village. Outside that, we're good. So you're listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This is the Talk Block all the way to 3 p.m. today. To see our full lineup, please visit irlonestar.com. We will be returning to the Cindy Cochran Show shortly after this.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio. Broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
Every week I get asked the same two questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these two questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple, introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a one-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-5952. That's 936-449-5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Yes, we are. We thank you so much for listening. If you just joined us, we are with Christopher Appel, General Manager of the Grand Theater. He's my guest today. And you know how much I love the movies, and you know how often I go to the Grand. They haven't named a theater after me, but I just am hoping one day, and I don't know how. I'm sure they have people they go there. No, they don't have more people. They go there more than me. I'm there all the time, and I'm sure that the theater experience has not been lost on me, and I've been going, 68 years old, and I have started going to the movie theaters a little because of my grandmother and grandfather being managers, so I was always at the shows. And my parents, to the detriment of them, they would take me to these scary shows like Frankenstein, all that, when I was just a little kid. And I would stay up all night scared, and they'd have to stay up with me, and they deserve that. They shouldn't take me to see those shows. But it certainly made me where I love horror shows. And I go as someone I just love to see the new effects they have and what the technology can do, how fast arrow can fly through and sound like it's really gone through somebody's body, and all those fun things that you look for in the movies.
That's pretty deep right there.
I'm telling you, it's just because you see so much in the difference between seeing I watch a lot of 30s, 40s movies. I love the black and white movies, but you see how everything was done with the backstage, and you see of course it was all drawn. Back then when they would put in the backgrounds and stuff. And I love to catch the mistakes, and now that you can rewind and go so slow frame by frame and all that, and see that there was one black and white movie I was watching that I thought that's something wrong. Something just was wrong, and I went back and I did it frame by frame, and they had a shot of the stairwell before the person came down, and a workman was coming out of it. There was a staging guy that was coming out of it, and I was like, oh my word. So I've always loved the movies, always. And in fact, my children would speak in movie clips, and that's how they would talk to each other. And knew we were seeing too many movies. But the behind the scenes right now and the technology that has, come up, when I used to answer the phones, not answer the phones, but I would do the recordings for the Times for the Cinemark Theater. When they first opened, I just went there because I was always calling to get the times, and the kids that were doing it, I couldn't understand a lot of things what they were saying. I couldn't understand what they were saying. So I went and I said, listen, I do a lot of voiceover professionally for stuff, so I would love to be able to do the times for y'all. And they go, what? You want to do the time? I said, yes. Everybody hates that job. I would do it if you let me come in and see the movies when I want to see them. They said, oh, absolutely. And so I would have to be there like at 12. I mean, it started after all the shows had stopped, and then we recorded it. And then Fandango took over. I was so mad when Fandango took over. But he says, I'll give you a lifelong, you can always come in. Bill Shepard, I don't know if you know Bill Shepard. He said,
I've met him, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so I love the movies. I love the theater. So I am asking, the technology that happens, because they were on the big reels that you would lay down, and they still have to. There was some threading being done at that point. Now, what does it look like up there behind the scenes?
Well, when I started in 2002, it was still film. So I have a big passion for film and working with it. I mean, it's a lot more convenient now with the technology we have, but it's up there now. There's still a projector that looks somewhat like a projector. I wouldn't say it looks like the traditional ones, because it doesn't, but it's much smaller, much quieter. You could really have some hearing issues if you're going up with all the film going. It's very loud up there. Yeah, so it looks like a regular projector that you would see, and then the movies come in on a hard drive, basically, that looks like something you just plug into your computer, and that's how we do it. Or it'll come in through satellite. And
you just download it? Is that what you're?
Yeah, pretty much. It comes through the satellite into a main hub system, and then from there we can send it to every auditorium that we need to.
Okay, do you download it? Or is that live? Are you doing it real time?
We do have events called Fathom events. We actually have one tonight that is live. Comes through satellite, and we show it live.
And what is that? What is the event?
It's Riff Tracks. I don't know if you've seen that. It's kind of like if you remember Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yes.
Back in the day, it's kind of like that. It's just where the guys watch the movie and they make fun of it while they're watching it. Yeah.
And that's coming in. Is it just a one-time showing, or is it?
I believe the one tonight is live, and then we'll show it subsequently.
Okay. So you record it once it comes down. Are you recording it for replay, or is it?
No, it'll come through the satellite live all the time. But this would be the first live version of it.
Okay. And so, but the others come like on a jump drive? Is that what you're saying?
Not a jump drive. It's like a hard drive. It's probably about the size of like a Bible. That's a bad example, but I mean, well, I guess maybe not.
Depends on the movie.
Yeah, so it's about that size, and then you
Right.
plug it into the server, and it downloads the film onto the projector.
Okay, so now do you still have people do you have your kids come in and they watch the shows before even the Thursday night showing, or is?
We don't have to really do that anymore. Everything is self-checked. The computer checks it itself, so that's kind of the downside of the technology.
Yeah.
You really don't have to have someone make sure it's okay before you show it to the public, because the computers all do it now.
But now, if your employees got together and said, "Listen, here's the deal. We need to see some of these movies because people are always asking, what's that movie like? Did you like the movie? Did you see it?" Because I hear it all the time when I'm standing here getting ready to buy a ticket. They're always asking the person behind there. And they go like, "I've never seen it. I don't know what you're talking about." But I never had time. Do I look like I have time? No, they never say that. But do they ever ask you to let us see it so we can be able to tell people about it?
Not really. They'll come see it on their time when they have time, or they'll step in and out throughout their shift. Just kind of check it out, kind of get a little feel for the film. But no, generally not. They use the free movie privilege all the time. I mean, that's part of the job. It's part of the compensation for the job, and they use it all the time, and they love it. So.
Well, I wondered if they. If they go in and they watch this and then the people want to know what they think about it, is there any kind of, say like, always love the movie. I don't care what you thought about it. Always love the movie. Never say to somebody.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. That's why they should never see it, because they go like, I hate Tom Cruise. He's so bad. And so
I love every movie ever made by every studio.
There you go. You are a company man.
I guess.
You are.
Gotta be.
No, well, you told me something that I thought was so funny about the Wonder Woman and the Mummy, because you were saying that, and that actually Wonder Woman buried the mummy because the response to her surprised me. No, I did not think that was going to have that big a response, and I still haven't seen it yet. But people say it's good. It's really good. And my older son, he saw it, and I went, "You went and saw Wonder Woman?" He said, "Sure, that was popular when I was a kid. I wanted to see what they do with it." So, and I saw the Mummy, and I may have liked Wonder Woman more. And I love Tom Cruise. He's great. But I've got to see Wonder Woman now. But it has had a good response, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, Mummy's done okay for us, and Wonder Woman certainly did fantastic. But I guess Mummy is the start of the new Universal monster movie franchise. This is the start, so they're gonna bring back Frankenstein and Wolfman and Dracula and all that. They're gonna redo that, where it's kind of like a Justice League universe for monsters, I guess.
Really?
I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but that's what they're doing. So.
I love that. Well, that's what I'm wondering, if that could have any more zombies in it. I don't know. I don't know if they could or not. But the Mummy. Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it.
Okay. Well, if you like zombies, you're gonna love the show. But around that, the story was good. I loved everything they were doing. The technology, so incredible. And but the mummies, get over them, Hollywood. I'm just telling you. Everybody said like, "Oh, that's zombies again." So
well, it's almost like they do it just as a cop out to create more violence.
Right. And it's like somebody come up with the standard.
Because we're okay with shooting zombies.
Well, how to kill a mummy? If they could just do that, how to kill a mummy? Not a mummy, a zombie. How to kill a zombie? Because it's never the same way. It's either you knock their head off, and like they have some kind of brain thing. I can't believe I'm trying to talk about this intellectually. Anyway, the mummy thing is done.
Well, I'm waiting for the one mummy movie where it's like they just massacre millions of zombies, and at the very end, they're like, "Oh, we can cure it." And it's like, but we've killed all the mummy or all the zombies.
Well,
so
I mean,
like,
the princess is a zombie.
they can turn them back.
And all she needs to do is suck the life out of so many people, and she starts coming back and looking really good. And they shouldn't show that too much because she looked really good. And if women
do you
start
think
thinking,
women? Yeah,
suck the
I can
life
see
out
Cindy
of-
doing that. It's
Well,
like,
see-
how do I sign up?
well, actually, we already do that. We suck the life out of the husband, and then we feel better, and we're better for it. So I'm just kidding. It is. It's just the zombie thing. I think we're over that. Now, I do want to find out about any dirt or gossip or anything else that you may have about behind the scenes of the movie theater business. Have there been romances, marriages, and things like that from the ushers?
At my theater?
Wait a minute. In Conroe? What? That doesn't go on in Conroe.
Right.
Listen, I want to thank our sponsor, of course, and we're going to be right back. We've got to go to our last break, so come back and so we can get the dirt. Okay, on the Grand Theater. From Christopher Appel, he's going like, I'm going to get in trouble now. All right, the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
Every week I get asked the same two questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these two questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple, introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a one-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-2800 5952. That's 936 449 5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
Okay, it's Thursday, all right? And Thursday's when all the new movies start, and you can go get a preview and be the hip guy at work the next day saying, oh, you want to go see that? I've already seen it, and you're very cool. But I got to tell you, there's so many new movies starting. Finally, it's like Hollywood woke up and said, okay, I guess we better start. Everybody's home. We need to start making some good movies. And hopefully that'll happen. Because we've been critical about, come on, Hollywood. Nobody wants to see that. But they're doing good. They've got 47 Meters Down that's going to start Friday. And All Eyes on Me. I don't know if I'll go see that because it's like when you live through an event, sometimes it's like Vietnam movies. I don't want to go see Vietnam movies. But the historical fact of what happened and all the behind the scenes stuff, All Eyes on Me, Tupac Shakur, and what happened. So there it is. That's got 4.5 stars and rating on that. The 47 Meters Down. Have you seen trailers or anything like that on that?
I have.
Does it look like it may be scary to this generation as Jaws was to us?
Yeah, it does. It looks really good. I think it was originally supposed to come out just on like Amazon streaming or just straight to video.
Huh?
Yeah, and I guess it had early previews, and they said, okay. I think maybe the Sharknado thing. I mean, they were thinking like maybe, oh well, that worked somehow.
Yeah.
So we'll put this in theaters. So, but it looks neat. Yeah.
Well, I love the stand-up y'all have out in the lobby. It's great. It's wonderful. So if you want to look like you've been eaten by a shark, be sure and visit the lobby at the Grand. Cars 3, man, they could just go on and on and on and do like a Rocky thing. How many cars they could, but what bothers me about Cars was the first one. I loved the first one. And then they started getting smart alecky, but the kids love Cars. When I see an animated movie and they don't have arms or legs and how they get around and what they do, to me, I guess it shows I'm too old for this, But when you know that you take your 4-year-old, your 3-year-old, or your 5-year-old, they love it. And it has smart writing. The Cars 3, whoever's, like the writers of that, is good because they do entertain the adults. And I like that. I'll go for that part of it, plus the butter popcorn. But I'm excited about this because the kids are going like, when are they going to have some movies out so we can go see some? Well, I want to see these movies. And so Cars 3 is good. Captain Underpants was wonderful. I love that. I love that movie. I didn't know anything about the books or any of that stuff, but they did a good job. Good humor, good writing, and it was very creative. And then there's a show that I just started, paying attention to the trailers, and it's the Book of Henry. That looks so good. I love how it's set up and all that. So I definitely want to see that. Have you seen or know anything about that?
I haven't seen the trailer yet. So
Okay.
I'll have to check that out now.
Well,
that
they're really
told me about it.
Well, they're playing it real heavy now because it started. It's starting tonight. But I love that stuff, and I can't wait for so many things that are coming up. Not Incredible Me, the Despicable Me is coming up with their new one.
That should be the big one of the summer for the kids.
I think so. I think all the kids want to go see that. And
We've got Transformers comes out next Wednesday as well. So
see that I thought there was some Wednesday shows that were going to start happening in the summer. And so now is Despicable Me a Wednesday start or is that a Friday start?
I believe it's a Friday start.
And then but Transformers is going to be. Is this the one with Mark? Who's in that?
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark
yeah,
Wahlberg.
he's in
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Okay.
he's in there.
I'll go see it for that. because he always takes his shirt off. I don't care what happens, the shirt will come off to show his six pack.
Well, see, I'm going to go for Anthony Hopkins. He's in this movie as well. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I love Anthony Hopkins, and seeing those two together ought to be really, a weird cultural thing. Okay, so it comes at night. Has that done anything? It comes at night. Has that happened?
Yeah, we had it. I think last week it came out. Yeah, it did pretty well.
It did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
People that want to be really scared. Okay, and the Riff Tracks Live Summer Shorts Beach Party. So everybody can come dressed in summer,
Sure.
beach wear.
Yeah.
Okay, well that ought to be enough just to see that. Now Rough Night, I don't know about that. I don't know that looks like Hangover.
It does.
on
it
steroids.
does. Mm-hmm.
On steroids. So anyway, and there's a lot of people in there that everybody loves. It's the comedians, and so that ought to be interesting. Okay, so if you were going to suggest, a day to go, is there a day where there's cheaper than another day, or is it during the day? You ought to go during the day and see these shows.
Well, we have Super Saver Tuesday.
Super Saver Tuesday.
Super
Wait a
Saver
minute.
Tuesday.
Why didn't somebody email me? Okay,
You're there all the time.
I know.
You don't know?
No, I was trying to smuggle stuff in. So no, Super Saver Tuesday. Okay, how much am I going to save?
About $1 off the tickets. So.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Okay, senior citizen, do you take that $1 and then you take another $1 off because it's super, or is it? I just get $1 off.
Always asking for something more. Always.
You'd think you'd just be happy with not going through my purse. Okay, that would be fine. Hey, listen, this is terrible. We have to go. Christopher, I've enjoyed having you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. And you guys go to the Grand Theater in Conroe and enjoy the hospitality and the movies. I will talk to you tomorrow. And tomorrow we got Joey, and we're going to be talking to Christopher tomorrow. All right, Christopher, but don't listen too hard now. You never know what I'm going to say. The Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio. And thank you, Wooten Financial Group.
This program is sponsored by the Wooten Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wooten Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wooten Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wooten Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wooten Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wooten Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
Thanks for checking out this podcast of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. If you enjoyed this recording, make sure to check out our past shows online at irlonestar.com or their respective video or podcast formats on YouTube, Google Play, or iTunes. If you have any questions regarding the show, either it being about sponsorships or questions for the host, contact the station manager at dick@irlonestar.com or call the station at 936-647-3776. This show is recorded in downtown Conroe, Texas at the Lone Star Community Radio Studios, and Lone Star Community Radio reserves all rights to this recording and images.